guys, it's Brittany here with IGM Auto doing another car cover. Today I've got Mitch in his 1968 Camaro Sport Coupe. One really interesting fact about this is it's a first generation model and they only made this one from 67 to 69. Tell me a little bit about your car.
Well, it's kind of an interesting story. My wife and I purchased this car in 1995. We would technically be the third owner of the car, and the original owner was a lady by the name of Ora Bettendorf, who purchased the car in Astoria, Oregon, and then ended up here in Tacoma. Lived in Tacoma, and then she passed away in '90, and the person we bought it from was a collector, and he bought the car and had it for several years, and then finally my wife and I bought it in '95.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to hear more about that story later, but for now, let's look at what's under this hood. Now that we've popped the hood, let's take a look at what's going on down here. We've got a 327 engine, turbo fire that puts out 210 horsepower. You said it's all original though. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what you got going on here?
Yeah, so the car is all original, the engine's all original. There are some parts that have been replaced. There's some things that are an aftermarket, that's replaced what needed to be fixed.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everything is intact just the way it came off the line when it was built, so to speak. The car sat for about 10 years because of things going on in our life and that type of thing, and so it needed some updating to some seals and that sort of thing to get it back on the road and ready to go. And my wife and I, we were excited to finally get that done, and it was up and ready to go in 2018, I think it was.
2018.
I'm pretty sure it was the 50-year anniversary of the Camaro, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
They were wanting us to bring it to the show, and we needed to get it ready to go, and so we did that. So,
well, that's pretty exciting, and not a lot of cars from that time at least are fully original, but talking about it being original, let's go look at the interior because nothing's been changed, and it's like a look at history but in pristine condition. It's pretty rare to find a car with the original interior, everything's the same, including all of the controls and everything, looking just like this. I mean, this is in perfect condition. Do you want to tell me a little bit about it? I know there's some history with the original owner kind of tucked away in this car as well.
Yes, so like I mentioned earlier, my wife and I bought this in '95, and the car is exactly how it was when we bought it. Everything you see inside, the plastic console thing, yeah, it's just a black plastic console, but that's what she had in there.
Yeah.
So we felt like it was kind of a tribute to her that we just leave the car exactly how it was.
Yeah.
Her St. Christopher pins on the headliner right up on the top up there, and we didn't take it out or change any of that. So even the floor mats.
Wow.
It's all just the way it was when we got it 30 years ago.
That's pretty cool. And normally you'd see a lot of wear and tear with stuff like this, but no, it's perfect. Tell me a little more though. I want to go back to the story about how this, came into your possession and everything, how you guys got this car. So tell me some more about that.
Yeah, so we decided we were living in North Tacoma at the time, and we decided that we would, have some fun and do a little bit of looking and see if we could find something in the way of a classic car that we could acquire. And,
yeah.
And I'm not a car guy, so I'm not a wrench guy. So the criteria was that there had to be something that we didn't have to work on because I'm not that guy.
Yeah, right? Not a project car. You
exactly.
want to be able to drive it.
Exactly. So we decided to just, at the time, you and I were joking about the fact that at the time you could pick up an Auto Trader magazine and a free copy and take a look and see what there was.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest. I'm so sorry.
Exactly. That's why I thought I'd mention it. So we're driving around. We stop. We grab one of the magazines. My wife's in the passenger seat of our truck, and she's flipping through and kind of looking at what there is, and finds a photo of this, and decided to call the guy right away and see what there was, see if it was still available. And when he answered the phone, he said, yeah, it's still available. It just went back into the Auto Trader today because somebody had given me an offer on it, but they couldn't get their financing. So they allowed me to put it back in the magazine to get
relisted,
yeah. And so basically it only been relisted for a matter of hours.
Wow, you guys got lucky.
Exactly. So it's just everything being in alignment, basically.
And you guys have had this for
30 years.
30 years now.
Yeah.
Wow, it was like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
That's
we'll be just shy of 30 years. We bought it in '95.
Oh, okay.
So just shy of 30 years. So we asked him if we could come look at it right then.
Yeah.
And drove over and took a look at the car and took it for a test drive and basically struck a deal on it. And our quest for a classic car ended in less than 4 hours.
I love it.
And that was pretty much the last time of us doing anything like that, because this is our only classic that we've got.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just how it was.
Do you know why he was selling it?
Yeah, the story that we understood was that because he was a collector and had several vehicles, and he was getting married and moving and needing to scale down a little because of changes in life, and this was decided to go on the chopping block as one of the vehicles to part with, and we were both thinking that there was a chance that he was going to cry the day we drove it away, but which was like the next day, let's say. So, it's turned out to be something that we've loved having and, you know, enjoyed having it, and we're just, you know, just the luck of the draw that we ended up with it. Just everything lined up and we ended up with the car.
Yeah, there's a lot of good memories with this car, it sounds, so I'm really happy that it's in your guys' possession and that we got to take a look at it.
Yeah.
So now that we've wrapped it all up, we've taken a great look at this amazing car, and I'm really excited for you guys to be able to see it some more. But I want to thank Sievers first for sponsoring this video. Sievers is an amazing real estate agency, opened locally, and it is here in Gig Harbor. You got to check them out. But if you want to check this car out, if you want to meet Mitch, if you want to talk to Mitch about his car and see some other really awesome cars, we've got the Cruise the Narrows car show coming up on August 5th in Uptown Gig Harbor. Why don't you tell me a little bit about this car show?
Yeah, it's going to be a really great event this year. We've got a lot of wonderful things going on, and it's growing. Last year it really took off. In-Gear Media has been there since 2021, 2022. We got you guys there again this year. We're excited to have you helping us get one of the new areas that we're expanding into is some covered show area.
Yeah.
So it's going to allow you guys to do your light show magic with Nate's Corvette down there.
You guys will have to check that out. That's going to be a lot of fun.
We're super excited to have that. We're expecting this show to grow over the 300 car mark, which would be an all-time record for us. We hit about 280 last year, and we've got some vendors. We've got our sponsors. Fondy's Pizzeria always does a fundraiser for our club, and so from 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, you can eat at Fondy's, and part of the proceeds go back to the club.
Oh, so, perfect. You guys will have to grab your lunch there.
Yeah, and then the other really major part, I guess we'd mentioned that, like you said, Brittany, Sievers sponsored my car for the car show. And so we have 48 club member cars that are sponsored, and there'll be advertising signs in front of those sponsored cars at the show.
Do you guys still have room for sponsors?
Nope, we're all done with that. Thank goodness.
You guys will have to check out being a sponsor for a car next year.
Absolutely. Come see me to be a sponsor next year. I'd love to have it, but there's a point where I have to stop it and get ready for the show.
Yep.
We've got Kimball's Hands On Detail is another major sponsor of the show.
They'll
be there.
Like a lot of cars, don't they?
They'll be there as a vendor, and they're sponsoring as well 10 cars at the show. So there'll be 5 down where we're having you guys set up with the Corvette. There'll be 5 out in the show lot out by where their display is going to be set up, and they're going to have a bunch of car care products and stuff available. We've got several vendors who are going to be there as well, and I think it's going to be fantastic for that part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of what else there might be.
I think you covered most of it. I mean, this is a great event, and I'm really excited for it this year. Unfortunately, I won't make it, but my team will be there. Mitch and his team is going to be there. The whole car club will be there. It'll be a fun event. It'll be great. So family
friendly.
$20
to bring if you want to come to the show with a car. It's $20 to enter. You don't pre-register.
Oh, there you go.
Just drive in, pay your $20, put your car in the show.
Sweet.
We'd love to have you come and spend the day with us.
Sweet. So if you're watching this, it looks like you're going to have to bring your car out.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you for showing me your car, Mitch. I really appreciate you bringing it out here.
You're very welcome. I'm glad to do it.
Yeah. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to see the next car video.